Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Mary Branigan, and today I'm gonna bring you yet another testimony. So if you haven't watched the first one, please check out my channel and I hope you enjoy it. So today I want to share with you a testimony of how the Lord comforted me through great distress, or maybe I'll say through time I was very angry and I really needed comfort, and how He did it through the birds in a park. So let's start. So my husband and I moved to Australia 2 years now, I would say, or 2.5 now. And it was for better opportunities in his industry, and also a change of scenario, a new start. Everybody sometimes loves that new start, fresh beginning, especially because we were new Christians. It was so like timely, I would say. It was very timely for us. So um, when you're a new Christian, you kind of want to make new beginnings because you're a different person now. You're a new creation, and you don't want the old things to keep dragging you down in your walk. So for me, it was a pretty exciting time, and I loved Australia because of the weather as well. Australia is warmer than England. We came from England. Sorry if I didn't say that. So Australia is warmer, so we were looking forward to some nice weather all year round. So that was good, but we did not realize that we were going to be facing a lot of challenges in Australia. So moving away from friends and family, especially immediate family like your mom, your dad, and close friends, it was difficult. It was difficult because we didn't have that support, and Australia, time difference is it's really massive from everywhere. I come from Kenya, so to call anyone is so hard. So to call anyone in Kenya, to communicate, to keep that communication was difficult. It still is difficult because of the time difference. So given those challenges, and then the pressures of work and all that, kind of pushes to an age where it would cause us to argue quite frequently. It would cause us to fight a lot. So I remember this one particular day where we had such a huge argument. One of those really bad arguments that you go through in your marriage life, and it kind of pushed you to that age where you feel this is too much. So I remember walking out of an argument, and I was pretty angry, and I would say both of us were pretty angry. So I decided to drive to a nearby park just to collect my thoughts and to kind of just have a breather, I would say. So I was very angry, very upset, got in my car and drove to this nearby park. So on my way there, I was just crying. It was that anger that makes you cry. I was crying, very upset, but I was not upset because of my husband. I was not upset because of anyone. I was upset because of myself. I was kind of disappointed with myself because I was a new Christian. I would say I was less than a year old at that time, less than a year old Christian, yeah. And I was so focused on living a righteous life, focused on, godliness, holiness, and all the things that the Bible taught me to be, or who God had called me to be. So I was so focused on that. So every argument was kind of a setback, and I was disappointed with myself, I would say. Yeah, I was angry. And so I was crying to God, saying, God, why this argument keep happening, and why can't I stop them? Why can't I control myself? Why can't I be that Christian that is a peacemaker? Why can't I be that Christian that rather suffer wrong, and keep the peace, or anything? I kept repeating these things with a lot of pain in my heart. So I asked God to forgive me, and I prayed for Him to help me to be better next time, or to be better tomorrow, or to be better the next hour. I just could not trust myself anymore. Every time I say, this time I'm not gonna do it, I find myself that I could not help it. I find myself that I could not help it but argue or fight back or answer back. I just could not have the self-control that the Bible talks about. So I prayed to God, and I believed I was forgiven, and I felt a little bit better. But there was one thing that was like a big stone sitting on my chest. It was so heavy, that kind of an anger, I would say, a bad feeling or emotion that comes and grabs you when you have argued or fight, or somebody has said something to hurt you. It was like something sitting on my chest, and I could not shake it off. So when I reached the park, I grabbed my Bible that was in the car and just decided to go for a walk. So I was a total mess. I was crying, and my eyes were red and swollen, and my hair was everywhere. Like, I hadn't prepared to go for a walk, but I really did not care. But luckily, there was no many people in the park, so it was like an evening, so probably one or two people. So I just walked to this bench that was facing the lake, and I sat there with my Bible. I thought I would read anything, but I couldn't concentrate at all. My thoughts were just flying with thoughts and thinking, and what had just happened, what did I say, why did I say it? It was terrible. I sat there and I thought, God, I just looked straight to the sky and said, Lord, I know you have forgiven me, and I know you're going to help me, and you're my only hope. But please, right now, I just need comfort, because I could not think of anything that would make me feel better. But I knew God. I can ask God, and God can do anything. I had believed that, God, you can do anything. And so I asked him, Lord, please comfort me. Comfort me for now. Just make me feel better. Just take away this feeling, this heaviness. Because even if I go back right now with the atmosphere that I left in my house, it's not going to be better. I couldn't apologize. I didn't feel like I wanted to because of whatever was grabbing me. And I said, Lord, please comfort me and make me feel lighter. And I just sat there holding my Bible, just literally in so much despair, and I didn't know what to do. So I just waited, but in like about like 2 seconds or maybe 5 seconds, I would say, I saw this flock of birds coming towards me. Like, how I was seated was facing the lake, so you could see whatever was coming towards you straight. There was no trees that could block you anything. So it was like a big flock of birdies coming towards me, and they were flying low as well, so I couldn't miss it. And I'm not talking about one or two birds. I'm talking about 50 or 60 or 70 birds. I don't know. I did not count. But they were coming directly to me. At first, I was so scared. I was like, okay, what's this, And I was thinking of running away or moving from that bench. But they were so close. And what happened, just in the same second I was thinking about running away, I just remembered my prayer. I asked God to comfort me. Is this the Lord? So what happened? The birdies came and just literally stopped on my side, on my right side. I remember my right side of the bench, at the end of the bench, just there. They just stopped there, and it was just quiet. And I'm just kind of sat there frozen thinking, what is this? Is this God? And I remember trying to play Gideon, and I was like, if this is you, Lord, please let some of the birdies pass on my left side. And I remember just sitting there, like, waiting for it to happen. And in my surprise, they did. Like, some of the birdies started moving in front of me, coming to my left side. I could not believe it. But that moment, my heart just, something happened in me. I just fall down on my knees. I didn't care who was watching. I didn't care who was around me, because I knew it was the Lord. And I knelt down and thanked God. I said, thank you, God. Thank you, Father. Thank you. This is you. I know it's you. I cannot tell you how I knew it was God, but this time I was sure I was 100% sure it was God. I felt a sense of peace, a sense, a sensed a feeling of comfort, I would say, proper comfort. And it wasn't that little comfort that you feel when you do something. It was a comfort that was coming from within. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I thank God on my knees. And when I went back to sit down, it was like my heart was exploding in excitement. So I had forgotten all about my arguments. Whatever was holding me or whatever was on my chest had literally gone. I felt peace. I felt something totally different. My heart was as light as a feather. But now this time, I couldn't stop smiling and laughing. And it wasn't a laughter of something funny. It was a laughing because of joy in my heart, like something exciting. Because now I was like, I need to tell someone about what just happened to me. Like that was the excitement. So I was giggling like a little baby. And I was thinking, I need to say something to someone. And who is that someone? My husband. But whatever experience I just had, it doesn't mean he has experienced the same. So it was one problem that, when I went back home, it will be the same atmosphere. And I'll find the same person who I left angry and upset because of all the things I had said to him and the argument. So I had to think of a plan because I couldn't just walk in this excitement. He would not understand. But I remember I came in the park with my head low and down, and like literally I was so upset, to going back running, literally running, and I was just running, laughing, excitement. And I remember I got into my car. I was shaking. And I was thinking, "Oh my goodness, I need to tell him about this." So I got in my car. I took two wrong turns. I had to stop and calm down. And just like calm down. And I had to breathe, calm down, and then I drove home. When I got home, it was the same. The atmosphere was still, was ugly, was quiet, was everybody's upset. So I stopped laughing and giggling because it was not helping. So I decided to, why don't you apologize and make up with him? And then you can tell him about the exciting miracle that happened to you. So I did. I apologized, say, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. And he did. But he was looking at me like, what? What's wrong with you? I was just giggling and laughing like, okay, you would not believe what happened to me. And I remember I told him all about it. At the time, I did not think anybody would not believe me because it literally happened to me. But when I listened to myself later, I understood that a lot of people will probably not believe me. And it's true. It just sounds weird and, not true. But it was true for me. And I knew that it doesn't matter if people believe me or not. It doesn't matter if people think it's weird or not. But it was real for me. And that was the Lord that came for me. And I've never forgot that experience since then. And that experience did something wonderful to me. It grew my faith like a spike. Like it went from here to there. That's how my faith grew through that experience. And it did transform me. It did change me. And the growth of my faith since that day until today, it's ever increasing. When the Lord gives you an experience, you never forget. So just to encourage other people out there as well, the people who try and look for comfort in things, in other things, like for example, some people find comfort in food, some people find comfort in drinking. I would like to encourage you and tell you, don't look for comfort anywhere else apart from the Lord. Because as human beings, we want something to happen real quick and right there. That's why we don't like to wait. We don't like to be patient. So you will find you're so stressed and depressed maybe about something or whatever is happening in your life, and you turn to what is quick and you can kind of reach it yourself really quick. But that is for a moment, it's only for a short time. But when the Lord gives you comfort, He gives you for a lifetime. The comfort that God gave me then, I use it up to today. That He is with me. I've never forgotten that how He came for me. He was there already. I just could not see Him or feel Him. But when He let Himself known to me in that way, in a quite dramatic way for me, He has always been there now. I know that He's not far from me. I know that He's right here. So even in my distress time, I don't get stressed. I don't get that much distressed. I can feel the stress coming, but I tell the Lord, Lord, this is how I'm feeling, but I know you're right here. And that comforts me greatly, greatly. So I want to encourage you, seek the Lord for comfort. No matter what it is, even if you have to wait, it's worth it. It's worth it because that comfort is for a lifetime. But the little short, what do you call it? Like for a short time comfort, it's not good because you will keep seeking and seeking more and seeking more. But God gives you for a lifetime. Kind of rely on Him. Kind of just have hope in Him without anything else. Literally hold Him for your dear life. That's what I do. I put everything else away and say, God, if you don't do it, nothing else will. I will remain the same. So you're my only hope. You're my only choice. Don't have plan B, plan C. Have one plan, only God. And that is a secret that I realized in my Christian life. And it has been very helpful. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to my testimony. And I'll see you next time with another testimony or maybe a new teaching.